and based on the history and the absence of the thyroid gland in the neck organs, an amendment to the report was issued. This is one of the amendments issued.
On whose initiative?
My initiative, in the sense at the request of the attorney of the families who was representing the family who brought this to our attention.
And you reviewed the case?
Yes, and I reviewed the neck organs with Dr. Golden.
And you believe that it was appropriate to issue an amendment?
Yes, based on the information provided, because apparently this gentleman had a thyroidectomy many years ago, 40 years ago, so I requested for the hospital records before we issued the amendment, which could not be obtained because of the long time interval since the surgery and the death. But the attorney provided a declaration reflecting her attempts to obtain those records, and based on the review of the neck organs which were available and the information provided, and also a review of the medical records which indicated that this particular person was on replacement thyroid therapy, I believe Dr. Golden and I felt that there's sufficient information to issue the amendment regarding this aspect of the case.
I'm sorry, in essence, did Dr. Golden say that the patient, or Mr. Hall, the decedent, had a thyroid gland when in fact the thyroid gland had been surgically removed 40 years earlier? Is that the essence of the mistake?
Yes.
Was that mistake, in your opinion, significant to your evaluation of the case as a forensic pathologist?
No, because we had the neck organs available and there was no evidence of any injury or anything, so there's no question of any other factor in the case.
Now, Doctor, at some time after the deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, were you approached by a gentleman by the name of Sam Donaldson from ABC News?
I was accosted by him while I was entering my office one morning when I was coming to work. Yes.
Would you describe, please, the circumstances under which you were, to use your term, accosted by Sam Donaldson?
Basically, I was coming to work. I parked my car, and
Hold on, Doctor. What's the relevance of this?
There's going to be a statement that Dr. Lakshmanan made to Mr. Donaldson under the circumstances, and the circumstances are relevant to the nature of the statement that was made.
Let me see you with court reporter, please.
May I come through the well, Your Honor?
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, again, if you would describe the circumstances, please.
I was coming to work that morning. I parked my car, and as I opened my door of my car, I found several cameras and Mr. Sam Donaldson approaching me suddenly, and started asking questions on the current cases which I'm testifying to, on and other issues which he brought up, like he brought up the issue of what was the 16 pieces of evidence, which was a problem, and he wanted to know about Dr. Golden per se, and also how we had conducted what he felt about the performance of the office on the autopsies on the current two dissidents.
Doctor, were you expecting to see Sam Donaldson that day?
No, I was just coming to work.
Was the day August 25th of 1994?
That seems to be about right.
And did you later see an episode or a segment of a program with Sam Donaldson that you've described as Primetime Live, which displayed a portion, at least, of what you've described for us here?
Yes, and that's the episode which brought up these two cases of Dr. Golden from the past, which I was not aware of till that particular episode, and I came to be aware of that.
I have Mr. Fairlow apparently has this queued up with the laser, and I'd ask at this time if this can be marked. I assume this is marked in some fashion from the laser as an exhibit, so I would ask that it be marked as People's Exhibit 363.
All right.
And I'm going to ask Doctor if this is what you saw on television. Please start.
Doctor,
On his way to work, we ask you about some of your past cases, the Linda Phillips case.
Doctor, you can look down.
I'm sorry, I can see.
While we haven't stopped, Doctor, do you recognize the two people seen in this scene from this Exhibit 363?
Yes, he's trying to get some information from Dr. Golden directly.
Just for the record, would you identify who Dr. Golden is and who the other individual is in this photo, in this stop of the disc?
Dr. Golden is carrying some papers in his left hand. He's the gentleman on the right side with glasses and a gray jacket. Mr. Sam Donaldson is holding up some paper in his right hand and is wearing a darker colored suit, and he doesn't wear glasses.
All right, if we could continue, Mr. Fairlow, please.
In which you plan to reverse the bullet, sir? Dr. Golden, we're told that you brandished a gun in your office in late July. Is that correct? Dr. Golden had nothing to say to it, so we took our question to his boss, Chief Medical Examiner, Dr. Lakshmanan Sathyavagiswaran. We looked at Dr. Golden's record. He's made some mistakes in the past.
As far as I'm concerned, he's a very competent pathologist. Please talk to my press officer. Thank you.
It's a very important case, as you know. Many people are watching it, Dr. Lakshmanan.
We have done a very good job in the autopsy part of it.
Some people say that there were at least 16 irregularities. All of this information about Dr. Golden, his record.
If we could stop, please. I'm through with the playing. I have some questions, very brief, to ask Dr. Lakshmanan, if I could, Your Honor.
very brief.
Dr. Lakshmanan, when you were talking to Sam Donaldson and you told him that in your opinion Dr. Golden was a very competent forensic pathologist, did you mean that?
Yes, that was my belief at that time, and still is, because competent to me means that a person who has the requirements to do the job. He's a board-certified pathologist. He's still working for our office and does his work in a competent manner.
Doctor, after finding all of the mistakes that you have identified for this jury over the course of the last 6 or 7 days in this set of autopsies, after learning of the Gay Phillips matter, after learning of the Manley Hall matter, how can you form in your mind an opinion that Dr. Golden is a very competent forensic pathologist?
I said he's competent pathologist.
I think you said very competent. We can have it replayed.
No,
if you
that,
want.
I agree. There I said very competent because I was not aware of those other mistakes.
Doctor, is there a rating classification in the county system where you must, on an annual basis, rate your employees?
Yes.
Is the term competent a term that is used in the rating system?
Yes.
And where in the rating system does a competent finding place one?
That means they meet the adequate requirements to do the job, and it's just above the improvement needed box.
Just above the, I'm sorry?
There are only a couple of boxes there in the county evaluation. You have the improvement needed, you have competent, very good, and outstanding.
And in the year of 1994, was Dr. Golden rated as competent?
Yes.
Not very good?
That is correct.
Not outstanding.
That's correct.
Is that still your judgment that he is competent as that term is used?
Yes.
Doctor, were you trying to protect Dr. Golden when you were, to use your term, accosted by Sam Donaldson on August 25th, 1994?
Sustained. Rephrase the question.
What, if anything, were you trying to accomplish when you answered Mr. Donaldson's question regarding Dr. Golden?
Overruled. You can answer the
Answer.
question.
I was just trying to tell Mr. Donaldson that, in my opinion, Dr. Golden is a competent pathologist. He has been working for our office since 1981, and he has done over 5,000 cases. He's always been, he's also always handled his cases, the most demanding cases, in a competent manner. And as I told you, I was not aware of these errors which were brought to my attention, but in 5,000 cases, these are some of few errors which have been brought to my attention as long as he's been in the office.
Doctor, how could you justify a statement that your office had done a very good job in the Nicole Brown, Simpson, Goldman autopsy cases, knowing as you did on August 25th, for example, the missed brain contusion? You knew that, didn't you?
Yes, I knew that.
You knew about the mistakes in the 1 wound versus 2 wounds to the neck on the right side of Mr. Goldman, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you knew the same mistake, 2 wounds versus 1 wound on the left side of the neck of Mr. Goldman, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you have an addendum dated July 1 that indicates a series of mistakes, correct?
Yes.
Doctor, how could you say to Mr. Donaldson, when you were accosted by him, that you believed your office had done a very good job in these 2 cases?
Well, that was first of all, I was taken by surprise when this happened. And number 2, it was not an intelligent conversation which took place at that time, because he suddenly surprised me. But still, let me put it this way. At that time, I felt that we did a very good job because I felt we met the big picture regarding the cause of death, the manner of death. And really, I couldn't discuss these mistakes with Mr. Donaldson at that time because the case was still in trial and we were not allowed to discuss the case at that time. The reports were not released to anybody. So really, I couldn't intelligently discuss the mistakes which I knew about at that time.
Doctor, do you still feel that way, that your office did a very good job in these 2 cases, given all of the mistakes you've identified and testified about during the course of the last 6 or so days?
No, I think we still did an adequate job, but I don't think we did a very good job because I've studied the case in detail. I've found additional mistakes which we have discussed in the last few days in this trial. I would say that we did a satisfactory job in portions of the case and less than satisfactory as far as certain portions of the autopsy because of the mistakes which I have already outlined these few days. But still, as far as the big picture goes, I think we did an adequate performance, that the injuries have been documented, they've been photographed, the cause and manner of death has been discussed, have been determined. And as you can see in the last few days, which we have discussed all the findings on both the cases, the significant fatal injuries have been well documented. There have been some omissions in certain other injuries. So I won't say my opinion has changed since then in my detailed review of the case.
Do you think that your office strives for merely being adequate?
No. As I told you a few days earlier, we want to do the best we can with our resources. As I told you, we are a high-volume office with limited resources. We try very hard not to make mistakes. And in this case, some mistakes have occurred, and you all have seen me the last few days. I have nothing to hide here, and I've pointed out all the mistakes. But I also pointed out that the significant injuries have been documented, and one can easily interpret the cause and manner of death, and one can easily interpret whether it's from a single edge or a double edge knife with all the findings we have. But my opinion is no longer that it was a very good job on these 2 cases, no.
Your Honor, is this a proper time?
Yes.
for-
And tomorrow, Mr. Kelberg, how much time do you think you'll need to conclude?
I hope by noon.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our recess for the evening. Please remember all my admonitions to you. Do not discuss this case amongst yourselves. Do not form any opinions about the case. Do not conduct any deliberations till the matter has been submitted to you. Do not allow anybody to communicate with you with regard to the case. We'll stand in recess until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right, thank you very much, Doctor. You can step down.